Now the very soft bluish grey color, I'll come over here and drop in the water part. It's almost a turquoise color, something like that. I'll come over here and just drop in that color. I've added a bit of water also, and that's basically it's going to be that color there. Gonna darken it a bit, and I'll bring it over here like that. And if you want, you can just blend these colors together for the time being. Again with some grayish color, I've added more of blue to it, and let's go ahead and drop in a green mountain. Maybe we'll have some tree line growing there and make them very regular in shape. And now let's go over here and just drop in the water and some over here too. Okay, let me paint the whole thing first, and some over there. That's just like that. Now with a very soft brown color, I'll come over here and just drop in rock. Okay, something over there and some over here too. Okay, that's just like that. Now with some lime yellow and black on my filbert brush, I'll come over here and just drop in some highlight and indicate some trees and stuff. Just tapping it. This is an worn out filbert brush. Okay, something over there and bare minimum over there. And let's come over here and drop in the indication of some trees. Okay, this brush works perfectly for me. And then indicate some individual trees. And maybe another one over here. Just like that. That helps to push things back. Okay, something over there and maybe some over here too. And leave a little bit of those negative space also helps. And maybe another one comes off there. And some over here too. Now to that color I've added in some black just to dull it down. And I'll come over here and drop in the highlight to these mountains. And some over here too. I'll drop in some more trees. Trees seem to be working for us today. It's like that. Something was soft like that. Look at that. So beautiful. Let's come over here to the other side and just drop in these. That's just like that, and some over here too. You could even do this with the tree texture brush. Either way is fine. Okay, limit that tree till there. With some grey color I'll just drop in this part. Okay, just like that. Cover up the uncovered areas. Take in a touch of black. chisel the brush and just do it like that. And some over here too. Okay, and some over there. And some over there. Look at that. Just like that. And some over here too. Just like that. With a very soft greenish grey color, I'll come over here and drop in the land. Something like that. Just gonna drop it in there very lightly, barely touching the surface. That creates the indication of reflection. And now with some black on my angular brush, I just taken some color and just drop in some bush right over there, and the same thing will be reflected over here too. I lost my land, but that's okay, I can repaint it. Okay, with my fan brush with some white on it, almost a grey, I just go over here and just try to blend them. And over here too, because whatever is there above the water should be reflected. The same thing should be reflected there. Something like that. Okay. Now with some lime yellow, only lime yellow, I'll just go ahead and drop in and give in the shape to this bush or a tree. Okay, something like that, and same over here too. Yes. There, and with that I'm just mapping it out. Then the reflections are slightly darker when compared to real things about the water. Now with more of lime yellow, playing with greenery today. And let's come over here and give in the shape to these stuff. Just like that. Just tapping it. I've taken in a very soft peach color, and let's come over here and just drop in some texture to these rocks right over there, and some over here too. Just brighten it a bit, and some over there, some over here too. Okay, and then it continues all the way till there, and another one over here. I want high contrast because the dark against that light. That, and some over here too down, just below that, roughly indicating it. That. Now I'll just take in some black which is left over on my angular brush, and just look at that. That itself makes it look like water. Just padding in dark on either side, and I'll do the same over there. Be careful. And same over here too. Don't want it to be too, don't want it to look like a pattern was followed, so I'll just do it over there. And now let's go ahead and drop in just like that the reflection of the waterfall, small waterfall. Just like that. That helps a lot. And some over here too. Look at that, instant reflections of water. Let's go ahead and reflect this tree down here. Okay, it goes up till there and starts to come off like that. Look at that. Just like that. Just like that. Let's go ahead and drop in the highlight to this rock. Okay, just like that, and maybe it's gonna reflect it there, and we want to reflect the same thing in the water. Just give it, see, something like that. Now I've taken in some white along with some brown, and this time I'll not apply more of that color everywhere. Some over here too, and some over here. I'll go ahead and add in the texture in a moment. And now let's go ahead and redefine the land, just like that. Now some lime yellow and black. I'll just drop in. Okay, that's not dark. Yeah, that's dark enough. I'll just go ahead and drop in some mossy areas growing up there, and some over here too, because of the water it'll grow there and making it look deeper. Make sure that you add in those reflections then and there itself. Okay, and maybe over here too, having some over there, and maybe some over here too. It's gonna grow too much over here and they're gonna grow larger, reflect the same thing in the water. Okay, something like that, roughly indicating them in the water, just very lightly, barely touching the surface. Look at that. I'm just gonna darken these a bit because they're in the foreground. Okay, and over here too, we'll have it growing at the top maybe. Yeah, that works. That kind of works. Maybe over here too, there's a separate rock there and that grows over there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add in the separation between the land and the water, just like that. And same over here too, and the same thing will be pasted here too. Okay, now it's some white on my tree texture brush. I'll just go ahead and drop in some indication of water. Same thing over there at the bottom in the water. Okay, and I'll just blend the top of that just a bit. Be the same thing's gonna happen over here too, and the bottom's gonna get lighter. Use different finger each time. Okay, look at that. Now with some white on my detail round brush, I'll just add in some water line over there and some over here too, just to make it look interesting. Same thing over here, maybe because the water is flowing. Make sure that these lines are very straight. Okay, like that. Okay, so now with some lime yellow and white, I'll just go over here and just drop in the highlight to these, reflecting them in the water. Just give it a light tap. Okay, something like that. We'll make it look brighter over here, and reflect that also in the water. Same thing over here, and maybe over here too. Maybe something like that over there, and just blend them all together, reflect that in water. So now with some black, I'll just come over here and drop in some texture to make it look interesting. Darken at the corners. Okay, I'll leave them alone and just drop it in over here. I'll convert that into a bush. Trees and bushes seem to be working for us today. Now let's go ahead and drop in the highlights to this. Okay, like that. And let's go ahead and drop in this mossy land. I've added a touch of green to that. Some black on my detail round brush. I'll just come over here and drop in a dense jungle. Convert this into a dense jungle. Just like that over there, and maybe another one over there. Just like that. So with this, I come to the end of this painting. I hope you have enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.